All right, everybody, how you doing? This is Mark at EAPG and me. If you watch the introductory episode number 1, you kind of understand what we're going to do here. EAPG stands for Early American Pattern Glass, which was produced from 1850 to about 1914. And I'm going to talk about pieces from my parents' collection, which has been handed down to me. And as I said in the first episode, if I get something wrong, or if you'd like to add something to what I'm talking about, please do so in the comments, because it's going to help me learn. It's going to help everybody that watches this show learn as well. So the first piece, episode 2 here, covers a pattern called Imperial, or more commonly known, Jeweled Moon and Star. And this comes from the Beaver Falls Co-Operative Flint Glass Company, that shortened their name to Co-Operative Flint Glass Company. And this actual piece and pattern was made in 1896. And this is called a covered sugar. Now, I've got a little bit of a couple pictures from online, a site called Glassian.org, of the Flint Glass Company, and I'll put them up as I'm talking about it here. I think it's interesting that there were hundreds of glass companies. They probably employed a fair amount of people, but it would have been very cool to be a fly on the wall to see how the molds were made, how the glass was poured, how it was actually done to get the various shadings and colors and blue dots and things, especially for this pattern. This is a fairly ornate pattern, and I'll post those pictures as we're talking about it here. So with this, as I said, this is called a covered sugar in Jeweled Moon and Star. What you can see, I've got a couple pieces of notepaper in here that I made. You can see it a little closer why it's called Jeweled Moon and Star. If you look down the center, there's some clear and then kind of milky, hazy moon type pictures. It's like etchings here. And then you have the stars, and they've got little blue dots in them. That's the jewels. And if you can tell, there's also yellow coloring on here, just like on the lid. So for me, it's almost like it's sun, moon, and stars. Beautiful piece. The lid, which I find extremely interesting. If you look at the top, they got smaller moons. They still have the same stars and jewels, and I love the actual handle on top with the yellow flashing around it as well. What's really wonderful about a piece like this, and kudos to my mom and dad for searching out really good pieces. As I said, this is 126 years old. And I remember when they would tell me about certain things, every once in a while they would say, what's really nice about this is if you run your finger along the top edge, all the grooves, it's absolutely smooth. There's nothing rough about the top edge. And that's important because as a sugar bowl that was used every day, if you think about it, on your table, this is filled with sugar. You've got a spoon, you dip it in, you put the sugar in your coffee. It was so easy to get the top area nicked or take little pieces out of it. And this is absolutely smooth. The same with the bottom. Nice little deep well at the bottom, but the bottom is absolutely smooth. There are no rough edges whatsoever. And then, just as important, the actual lid. And this lid is absolutely smooth. And the only thing that has any kind of roughness to it is the top edge of the handle, but each piece is a little rough. So that, I think, came from, actually from the manufacturer that way. I don't think this was abused at all. There's no chips out of it. It's just a little bit rougher, but around the entire edge of that. But the lid in absolutely beautiful condition. And that's the covered sugar bowl. These were reproduced. In 1929, the Phoenix Glass Company bought the actual molds from the Co-Operative Flint Glass Company and reproduced this pattern. What I don't know is, did they reproduce it exactly like this? And how can you tell? That's my question. So as I said, I'm not an expert. I'd really like to know the answer to that. And then later on, a glass company called Kemple Glass reproduced Jeweled Moon and Star in a milk glass and pink color, is what I'm hearing, from 1944 to 1970. But there you have it. That's piece number one from my parents' collection, which was handed down to me. This is the Co-Operative Flint Glass Company's Jeweled Moon and Star. Absolutely gorgeous piece. And as I said, if you have comments, things I didn't mention about it, things I got wrong, anything you want to add, please comment. That's how we're going to learn about everything, or how I'm going to learn about everything. And if you have, I guess, a YouTube account, you can subscribe to this channel. You can hit the like button. You can hit the bell, which I think tells you whenever new episodes have been uploaded. So thanks a lot for going along with this ride. I'm going to try to make this channel even better as I go along and learn. But for EAPG and me, I'm Mark. This is Jeweled Moon and Star. We'll see you next episode. Thanks.